Acharya, this one this link uh, will
It will
keep
be the
logging
same every
after
week.
40 minutes. Right? It will be for more than 40 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So
Because
let's sit up.
I'm getting a few messages that they are logging in a few minutes. Just some technical problem. I have to remind them 5 minutes early.
Yeah. Okay, let's start.
Okay.
So everybody please mute your mic. Sit down straight. Close the eyes gently with the body, back, head and neck in one vertical line, totally relaxed. And just check yourself. Relax the sole, the heels, the legs, the knees, the thighs, the hips, the abdomen, the back, the thorax, the hands till the tip of the fingers, shoulders and neck, facial muscles, and relax up to the top of your head. Deep inhale and exhale a few times. And remember the process is a 3-step process for inhale and 3-step process for exhale. While exhaling, pull your shoulders down, deflate the lungs, and push the belly button towards the back, contract the stomach. Gradually start inhaling by first inflating the belly to the maximum, then the chest, the lungs to the maximum, and push the shoulders slightly up. You'll feel that you can fill in the lungs somewhat more, then relax gradually the shoulders down, deflate the lungs, and the stomach goes towards, the belly button goes towards the spine. Gradually inhale, inflating the belly, then the chest, and the shoulders upwards. Then shoulders down, chest deflated, belly button likewise pushed towards the back. Now you do the process on your own. Gradually, slowly take your time. And while doing the breathing, just observe the breath going in and out of the nostrils and how it circulates between the stomach, the chest, and the shoulders pushing towards the head. We'll be now doing the Bahya Pranayam, retaining the breath outside for as long as we can. And when we start feeling some discomfort, then we start breathing in again, gradually, slowly. First, deep inhale, forcefully exhale, and retain the breath outside. After you inhale, it's normal, inhale and exhale at least 1-2 times. Then again, forceful exhale, retain the breath outside. And remember, for those who have high BP, just retain the breath outside for probably 1/4 to 1/3 of your capacity, not more than that. Otherwise, can lead to complications. So those with high BP, just please retain yourself. Don't push to the maximum. Push probably to 1/4 or 1/3 of your capacity. Second, inhale and exhale with a retention of the breath outside. Inhale, forceful exhale and retain the breath outside. Third time, deep inhale and forceful exhale, retain the breath outside. Still keeping our eyes closed, we'll practice the chanting of Om, just as the universal sound, with the O going 3 times as long as the M. And just remember Om being the universal sound that can be checked when you wake up in the early morning. You put your feet down on the bed, just stretch out, pulling your hands till your back. And when you go backwards like this, just listen to the sound that comes out of you. It's always Om, irrespective of whatever be our race, our color, our beliefs. It's always this universal sound which comes out of us. So we'll do Om Jap. We'll start with it vocal. After 5 times vocal, we'll be doing Om Jap with only moving the lips. But I'll still be guiding you with my voice. And the third 5 times would be even with the lips silent, just silent chanting from within you. And each and every time doing the chanting, focus on your own chanting. Be present with that chanting. Leave the experience of it with the sounds going out and the vibrations of the sound waves going and coming back to us. Deep inhale each time before going to the chanting, and slow, gradual exhale with the chanting during the exhale. Just synchronize yourself. Deep inhale will be no chanting. Exhale and do the chanting at the same time. Feel the synchronization. Feel the vibrations, the sound waves going out and coming back. And we'll discover that we are our own source of inner peace, better focused. Deep inhale. Om Jap 5 times vocal. Then 5 times Upanshu, only lips movement. I'll be guiding you by my voice. And the third 5 times, it will be totally silent, just inner chanting from within yourself. Sit down in a comfortable position, whether it's be a chair, on a mat, whatever position you choose, just be comfortable and totally relaxed. This time we are going to do the chanting. All of you just do it by lips movement. Still, if you are focused, you can hear your own voice, your own vibrations, the sound waves of the vibrations going out even when you're just moving the lips. Oh. Now silent chanting, not even the lips movement. Oh. 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 Join the palms together, rub them gently, cover the eyes, open the eyes below the palms so that external light doesn't hit at our eyes, and transfer the energy to the facial muscles. So can I have your reactions? It's streamed live on YouTube, so you can also switch on your camera and unmute yourself. And then let's have a few feedback on this practical session. Then I'll go into some theory and take up some practicals again at the end.
No.
You need to unmute yourself.
Yes, Acharya. I felt a bit better this time when I concentrated on my own pronunciation, or when you said say Om without moving the lips. You see,
Silent chanting.
the silent chanting. Yes, I feel a bit better. So,
Okay.
and there was a tranquility, and I could feel my breath as well.
So how did you feel the transition from vocal chanting to just moving the lips and then finally silent chanting?
Yes, this is what I was trying to explain, that the silent chanting is more peaceful, and I can, when I finishes with with the Om, I can sense like a bzzz in my head. You see, which this is quite refreshing.
Yeah, so you're feeling the own your own vibes. That's good. In fact, this is what I wanted all of you to reach to. Because these are positive vibes, which just enable you to silence the fluctuating mental activities, overgoing mental activities. And this is the point where you start, when you start sensing that, you start feeling also the inner peace. And after that, it's all silence within you. Anybody else, please?
Vous êtes capable de causer en créole, s'il te plaît?
Créole, anglais, français, pas de problème. Okay, let's go into some of the theory. Last time I explained what is yoga in terms of yogash chitta vritti nirodha. Is bringing the mind to still the fluctuating mental and physical, mental and emotional activities. We just put a halt to that. And the word yoga itself means to join, to unite. What are we going to unite? Synchronize our body, mind, and spirit. Synchronize our thoughts, our words, and our physical actions. And with that synchronization of the mind, body, and spirit, we'll try to achieve the holistic approach to wellness on the physical level, the mental, moral, spiritual level, and ultimately that will reflect or that will shine on the social level in our relationships with our family members, with our friends, relatives, and society at large. This is the goal of that. Then we also talked about recognizing the true self within this body. And there's a beautiful story, or if you've seen the picture of Krishna on the chariot, commanding the chariot of Arjun to victory. There's one shlok which says, Atmanam Rathinam Vidhi, Shariram Rathamevato, Buddhim tu Sarathim Vidhi, Mana Pragraha Mevato, Indriyani Hayanahur, Vishayansteshu Gocharan, Atmindriya Manoyuktam, Bhoktyahur Bhoktetyahur Manishine Nah. So it says the soul, the inner self or the consciousness residing in this body is the master, the owner of this body. The body is the chariot, the intellect, or we call it buddhi or man, is the charioteer with the reins in its hands. The senses are the horses pulling the chariot. So ultimately, the buddhi, the intellect, acts upon the instructions of the inner self, the consciousness, or what we call it soul or atma. It's the same. Whether we call it the inner self, the consciousness, the soul, or the atma, it boils down to the same thing. Then this is the one who gives the order to the intellect. And the intellect, to be distinguished from the brain, the intellect is the software running the brain. And that intellect in turn passes down the order to all the senses. And if the order is correct, then we'll have excellent self-control. And if the order is not correct from the master of the chariot, then we are going down the drains. So letting loose the senses, falling prey exclusively to taste, smell, sight, touch, and hearing. We become slave of the senses. The senses are there to serve us. One, to gain knowledge. Second, to have good, healthy, nutritious food, etc. And also to protect us. Remember the tongue, it acts on both ways. Receiving good things we can eat, and if it's not proper, the first reaction is to reject. I just give you one example. If you put some semolina in milk and just mix it up as a fluid, you can drink it. But if you mix sand there, the sense of taste will just reject it. That's straightforward. The sense of smell protects us from bad odors, toxic odors, etc. And we have to protect all these senses from overindulgence. Look, we have a generation whose hearing is being impaired at a very early age because we are plugged with the earphones from morning to night. And that also, the volume is pushed to the full. So that's why control over the senses leads to proper control over the self. To achieve the level of self-control, better focus, we need to have control first over the senses and be moderate. No overindulgence in the sense of taste, smell, sight, hearing, and touch. That will be the maintenance of the chariot in proper order. Like if we have a car, we run it, we know we have the servicing to be done at regular intervals, and we know we have to use it and not abuse of it. It will last for a longer lifetime. That's the body. So to be able to go into the step of self-control, be better focused, these are the tools. One, recognize your own breath, breathing in and out, and be present with the breathing process. Don't take for granted. So many people, when they are breathing in, it's the belly which is going inside, and when they breathe out, the belly is going outside. In fact, it's the wrong breathing process. When we breathe out, if we push the belly button towards the spine, c'est-à-dire le nombril qui va vers la colonne vertébrale, contracter l'estomac, ça fait la pression sur le diaphragme qui va compresser le poumon encore. So the lungs will be forced to contract further. Et ensuite, à l'inverse, quand on est en train d'inspirer, le ventre qui se gonfle, ça permet au diaphragme de baisser et le poumon a beaucoup plus d'espace pour se gonfler. Donc, le poumon est absolument comme un ballon. Alors, la compression sur le poumon pousse l'air en dehors et quand il passe de s'agrandir, de se gonfler, il y a plus d'oxygène qui va en nous. So the higher the oxygen level goes in us, the more and more oxygen goes in us, it's the more and more oxygen which reaches the brain, and the brain, remember, functions on oxygen. And if we have a deficiency in oxygen, this is where we say brain dead. So the functioning of the brain relies more and more on the oxygen level there. And if we practice breathing like that in any situation, we'll be able to increase the oxygen flow within our body. And when we increase the oxygen flow in our body, one of the problems of COVID is the deficiency of oxygen. We'll be able to reoxygenate our body on our own, and probably will need to rely less and less on equipment. So that's one of the physical aspects. And second, remember, when we practice the jap, that is the chanting of the universal sound, what happens, as Kavi rightly said, on the silent chanting, he could feel the vibrations at the level of the brain. And when you're connected to those vibes, you can start disconnecting yourself, even with the physical body, though the vibrations are physical within this body. You start disconnecting with that, you start disconnecting with the world, and this is where you act as your own stress busters. So you start getting control of that. Unfortunately, for people who've gone into depression, they don't know how to practice the breathing process, how to regulate the oxygen flow. If they'll be able to do that, they'll be able to have more and more clarity of mind, and they can move out of these mental health issues, mostly on their own, probably reduce the dependency on external drugs. So I've been able to cover a bit from the philosophical point of view and the practical point of view. Any questions before we move on another session of practical? Or anyone wishing to add your own observations or reactions, please do so.
Madame Zaim Bakourali, si vous avez une petite question, vous êtes capable de demander. Zaim? Okay.
Yeah. Unmute, c'est tout. And then you can speak. Unmute et puis causer.
Acharya dit une petite clarification.
Yes.
Une cause des affaires là, premièrement, quand on vient dire l'oxygène, contenu oxygène quand nous breathing, on relie ça avec deux issues qui paraissent très très pertinents à ce jour. Premièrement, COVID qui pendant si une maladie qui a une respiration artificielle par une machine, donc
il y a un shortage of breath.
Dépendance l'eau machine, dépendance l'oxygène. Après, deuxième, on dit des gens qui ont un problème de dépression.
Il y a mental health issues.
Mental health issues. Bon. Dans le premier cas, vous pensez qu'il est assez connu. Mais dans le deuxième cas, comment breathing, est-ce que breathing là, vous fait pareil, comment on dit, ou bien il y a une plus spéciale?
Non, les bien synchronisés. Comme on dit, les trois étapes, quand nous commençons pratique breathing dans full connaissance de cause, total awareness. Quand nous commençons à faire la première chose, continuité, nous commençons à expirer, c'est-à-dire exhale. Petit à petit, quand nous exhalons, nous amène nos épaules en bas. Quand nous finissons nos épaules en bas, nous dégonflons nos chest et puis dégonfler nos ventres. Sa pression qui s'affaire là, si nous essayons d'observer nous-mêmes en toute connaissance de cause, en toute mindfulness, awareness, quand nous pouvons faire ça, nous pouvons sentir l'énergie dans nos corps aussi, peut réguler, peut balancer, peut traverser dans nos corps. Et quand nous inspirons maintenant, gonfler ventre, et puis le poumon, chest, le thorax, et puis pousse les épaules un petit peu là-haut. C'est là aussi, quand nous poussons nos épaules un petit peu là-haut, nous sommes capables de sentir la respiration qui nous prend au niveau du cerveau. Et si nous réussissons à arriver à ce stage, quand nous ressentons nos respirations peuvent bouger, comment les bouger? L'estomac, thorax, arrive, traverse nos licous. Et remarque bien, la plupart de tension, stress qui nous subit, c'est au niveau de l'icou avec shoulder blades. Alors, quand il traverse ça, il peut casser ce stress-là et ensuite, quand nous réussissons, arrive dans cette situation que nous conscients qu'il est maintenant peut flot à travers nous la cervelle, là, il commence à régler, il commence à rééquilibrer le flot de sang, le flot d'oxygène, il ramène nous dans une situation plus ou moins, il peut rééquilibrer les choses, il ramène nous vers l'équilibre. Et ça, l'équilibre-là, pour permettre nous de voir plus clair. Et quand nous voyons plus clair, comme on nous dit dans management, we can step outside the box, view the problem, and look for independent solutions, whether it's be our problems, malgré qu'il y ait nos problèmes, nous pouvons essayer d'être comme une tierce personne pour nous rendre la solution la plus appropriée, sans qu'il nous guette nous-mêmes, comment nous dire, nous confondre nous-mêmes avec ce problème. Alors ça, c'est l'avantage qui nous est quand nous pratiquons ce type de respiration. Et l'autre, comme on dit, retenir la respiration à l'extérieur. Si je pratique les régulièrement, arrive à un moment donné, quand nous retenons la respiration en dehors, à ce moment, nous avons senti la pression du corps, surtout dans les joints. Là, qui veut faire les corps, les visants oxygène pour continuer à fonctionner. Alors, tout un blocage qui finit dans les corps. Il commence à débloquer, parce que blocage dans nos corps, c'est un air pockets en termes de Ayurveda, la science médicale, dans Ayurveda. C'est un air pockets, quand il commence à éclater ça, un air pockets, ça pour libérer ça, un l'air qui est bloqué là, ça aussi donne un flot d'énergie et toutes les énergies négatives, ils sont aussi là. Alors, do it scientifically, consciously, well synchronized. Ça, c'est le key of it. Deuxième, la régularité dans nos pratiques. Be regular, be constant. Comme souvent, on dit, if we are in the rush during the day, take your time when you wake up from bed, 5 minutes there, 5 minutes quand nous levons depuis le sommeil. Assis au lit, parce que quand nous descendons, là, le rush a commencé. Et le soir, quand nous pouvons dormir, assis dans le lit, nous pratiquons 5 minutes. 5 minutes le matin, 5 minutes l'après-midi, mettre une régularité. Si nous gagnons des temps in between, nous pouvons pratiquer dans le courant de la journée. Mais si au moins nous gardons ça dès l'heure clé, le matin, l'après-midi, au fur et à mesure que nous commençons à ressentir ce bénéfice physique, mental, moral, qui nous permettent nous-mêmes sur le bon chemin. Et là, nous commençons à donner nous-mêmes beaucoup plus de temps et donner du temps à nous-mêmes, c'est très important dans la vie.
Merci, Charlie.
Okay, should we go to the next practicals?
Yes, please. Please.
Okay, it will be breathing, and after the breathing, we'll shift to jap, c'est-à-dire chanting encore. Remember, the chanting is only the chanting of the universal sounds. Unfortunately, it's given to with the name of God. Yes, it's the name of God, but let's take it to be the universal sound. And as the universal sound, quand on peut faire la récitation, on observe nous-mêmes pendant la récitation. Quand on peut faire les vocales, c'est facile pour suivre. Quand on peut faire seulement les mouvements des lèvres, là, il commence à compliquer un petit peu. Et quand nous fermons les yeux, nous fermons la bouche, si nous pas portons attention à nos propres prononciations, ben nous l'esprit, infinial, va corner. So just be careful, take care of yourself, and let's go for another round. Deep breathing. We'll do inhale, exhale, retaining of the breath. Nous faisons les 3 longues. Cette fois-ci, nous faisons les 3 short, c'est-à-dire la moitié de la capacité du temps. Si nous filons, nous sommes capables de tenir 30 secondes, nous essayons de garder la moitié du temps. Et si nous filons, si nous faisons seulement 10 secondes, nous gardons les 5 secondes. So deep inhale, forceful exhale. Normal inhale and exhale. When I say normal inhale and exhale, it's always the 3-step process, les 3 étapes. Exhale, c'est amener les épaules un petit peu au bas, dégonfler le thorax, les poumons et dégonfler le ventre. Amène le nombril, essaye d'amener au plus arrière possible avec la colonne vertébrale. Et en inspirant, premier, gonfler le ventre. Deuxième, thorax, les poumons. Et troisième, pousse les épaules, hausse les épaules un petit peu là-haut. Essaye, observe comment la respiration monte et y arrive jusqu'à la tête. Deuxième round, external retention of breath. Forceful exhale. Retenir la respiration en dehors. Gradually, slowly inhale. And exhale normally. Third round, deep inhale. Forceful exhale. Retain breath outside. Normal breathing. Chanting Om, récitation du son universel Om. Inspirez longuement et récitation de Om 3 fois cette fois-ci, vocal, 3 fois mouvement des lèvres et 3 fois en silence. Trois fois mouvement des lèvres seulement. Maintenant, en silence. Normal inhale and exhale with the free step process. Join the palms together rather than cover the eyes. Slowly, gently open the eyes, below the palms. Ok, merci bien.